Welcome back everyone for this office and guest room makeover, starting painting, lighting, cabinet installation, and nightstand transformation. You don't want to miss this. The guest room will be transformed, as well as updating lighting, adding some black and gold accents to a space. As you can see here, I'm starting afresh in this new space, a blank canvas that's about to be transformed into my home office as well as my design studio. Right now it's just a basic bedroom with gray walls that have a hint of lavender undertones, as the rest of the house was. But this room has so much potential, I can already see the vision coming to life. But the first thing that literally had to go, ceiling fan. It just wasn't working for the look and feel that I'm going for in my space. That's where the transformation began, one small change at a time, to turn this into a space that is definitely both functional and inspiring for all of my creative projects. Can't wait to get this hung up in the space. Complete overview of the space as it looks now. You'll notice that one of the custom cabinets has already made its way into the space, along with my cutting table, which I use for creating floral arrangements to work on various design projects, as well as definitely cutting out my pillow covers for Designs by Chanel Etsy shop, which is linked down below in the description box. The room itself is an excellent size, not as large as my previous space that I had in my old house, but you know me, I'll definitely make it functional and beautiful to suit my needs. The space will soon come to life with the thoughtful mix for me of DIY projects, bold touches that will fill the space, and a little bit of color as well. Again, I went in with the basic Whisper White, again, that I used all over the house. And here's the first coat of paint on the wall. And of course, I had to go with 2 coats for the perfect finish. And before I can even get to this step, I had to sort through a few things in the space to clear out some more clutter. A clutter-free environment for me is essential for bringing my vision for life and making room for both functional and beauty. This step was a reminder that a little decluttering can go a long way in transforming your room. Wow, I still have to do those touch-ups though on the cabinetry, but what a difference a fresh coat of paint can make. As I always say, paint has the power to transform any space, and this room is no exception. With Whisper White on the walls, the space feels now light, bright, open, and airy, ready for all of my pretty things I'll be adding to bring my vision for this home office design studio to life. It won't be a lot though. I kind of exaggerated just a tad there. Of course, I needed a little help with the next step. I had to phone a friend. She came right over and assisted me with moving the larger cabinets into the space. And let me tell you, teamwork makes all the difference. Teamwork makes the dream work. It ended up being easier than we expected. It felt so good to see the cabinets finally in the space. That was a great reminder that where there's a will, there is a way, with the right support, that is. Once the cabinets were moved, it was time to reattach the doors. The original small screws had been removed at some point, I don't know, during my move, but that was okay. It wasn't going to slow me down or shut down the whole show. You know how they say one monkey don't stop no show. One screw doesn't either. I picked up some replacements such as these right here. They're very small, and the price is small as well to pay for the beautiful cabinets that they are. So with my trusty drill in hand, this quick DIY project came together in no time. The cabinets are already stunning on their own and add so much functionality to the space. Although I'll be painting them later to freshen them up, I'm just thrilled with how much character and charm they bring into this room. This space itself is really starting to come together, and I'm so excited for the next step in this room for the transformation. And this isn't a full makeover of the office space yet, but you can see the major players have made it to the room. Now it's time to move on to another project, which is in the guest room. So let's talk about these nightstands. They desperately needed a makeover, and oddly enough, I couldn't sell them. Strange, right? But oh well, a little paint job can do wonders. So I decided to breathe some new life into them. So they're not dirty, they're actually this color. It's the original finish. Unfortunately, the camera doesn't capture it as well as it looks in person. That original finish also created a bit of a design dilemma for me. It didn't pair well with the gold mirrors I had purchased a while back in that guest room. I needed a bold yet elegant solution to tie everything together and make, and black was the way to go. A satin finish black cabinet paint was the perfect choice here, adding the depth and the sophistication to the piece while it would be showcasing the cabinet's lines in a more refined way. If you watched any of my videos in the past, you have seen me use various different brushes and rollers on my furniture pieces. This piece was no exception. I used several different types of brushes. For this project, I used a very fine, small bristle brush along certain areas, especially the detail areas along the top and the bottom. Then I used a wider brush in the harder to reach areas to get inside of those little nooks and crannies as well. And then I also went in with a sponge roller to give it that very smooth finish that you want on your furniture piece. I have to say this paint works beautifully on furniture. It levels out effortlessly, leaving a smooth and flawless finish with little to no effort. Of course, the key to any successful furniture makeover is prep work. Proper prep work. Cleaning and prepping your pieces beforehand is essential to ensure that there are no lumps and bumps or uneven patches on your piece. You want a smooth and an even surface, making it all the difference in how you want to achieve that beautiful professional looking result. Pieces turned out absolutely gorgeous with this black paint. I have to say, it really brought out all of the lines in this furniture. I just can't say it enough. So let me share the transformation with you. But there's one other project I need to do before I can share that. As you see these knobs for the nightstands, they couldn't stay the same, at least not as you see them here. While they're very pretty and they have a style that perfectly complements the actual cabinet's design, I felt they needed a bit more of a refresh and, of course, a little shine, a little sparkle. You know, they had to have a little jewelry. They have such a feminine and a Victorian vibe, in my opinion, which I love. And the aged look is something I definitely wanted to highlight even more so. However, leaving them in their current finish was not an option. They would blend into the background far too much. They would be just completely overall lost in the design. That's when I decided to give them that subtle makeover using the rub and buff in an antique gold finish. And let me tell you, know the old saying, a dab will do you? That applies here. Trust me when I say that you don't want to be heavy-handed with this. With this technique, you'll retain their age charm, which I did like, while adding also that touch of elegance that makes them stand out beautifully. You know, Chanel, she likes her gold. And the final result is exactly what I had envisioned. The perfect balance for me of that vintage and sophisticated feel. With all of that, it brings the whole piece together. The combination of the black satin paint on the cabinets and the antique gold detail on the knobs create a very rich and timeless look, which is definitely what I was going for. Timeless, classic, and classy, with a transitional feel with modern touches. Planning on a similar project, I highly recommend using Rub and Buff for hardware updates. It works beautifully again, and it's quick and it's very easy, and you can seal it if you like with clear coat of some sort. Incredibly transformative, plus it gives your furniture that extra, again, polished look. Let me know what you think about this little detail. Would you have gone gold too, or would you have gone with a chrome? Well, here's the final look. Look at the before. Let me know what you have painted this. I'm sure you'd agree. Look how much the black satin finish with the gold details make all the difference, and now the mirror pops. So thank you for joining me, and as always, stay inspired, motivated, and keep moving, creating something beautiful. If not for yourself, then for someone else. Stay tuned for the complete office makeover as well as the guest room, and I'll see you all for the next one. Bye for now.